What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the KC Crew.
Welcome. Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, beautiful people. We are back. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot of good news.
Okay.
Well, first, let's start with the KC Crew retreat. Now, instead of doing another live podcast, a lot of people ask, when are we doing the next live podcast? Well, we decided instead of doing it in a city, whether it was Manhattan or Queens or Detroit or Atlanta, we wanted to do something where everybody around the country can come join us and we can have some fun doing it.
But in a spectacular way.
Like the KC way.
Yes.
Spectacular. So we decided to go to Jamaica. J-A-M.
Stop
Jamaica.
it. Okay.
Jamaica.
They get it.
All right. April 30th through May 3rd. Now, this is a retreat. It's not just a couples retreat. Singles, if you're single, you want to come with your girl, you want to come with your homie, we want you to come. We're just going to have a great time.
Yes.
We're going to do the podcast live. We're going to do a real estate podcast. We're going to have parties, performances, all types of things going on. If you want more information, hit up the KCCrewRetreat.com. It's going to be a weekend of all weekends. We're just going to have fun that weekend. Leave the kids at home. Just sit back. We're going to eat amazing food.
Surprise performances.
Drinks. We're going to have a great time. I'm so excited about this retreat.
It's at the Jewel Grand.
Right.
In Montego Bay. And it's an all-inclusive resort.
Right.
So you could damn near leave your money at home.
Yes.
The food's included, drinks are included, all of the KC Crew activities, parties, seminars, performances, all of that is included. And I have to say, it's an extremely reasonable price.
Yes, it is.
So we made sure that we arranged it that way for you guys. So come on out, have a great time, and party with us.
Yes, and I just want to say this too. A lot of people were asking, the resort, I believe, and I'm not going to say I believe, I know. The resort only has, I believe, 150 rooms.
Like 160 rooms.
160 rooms, right? And so far, I believe 60 of the rooms are taken already.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very small community. It's not going to be one of those things where there's thousands and thousands of people. You look over to the pool, you be like, I know they're not with us. No.
Yeah, no, this is going to be like a very nice, intimate, semi-private experience where, all of our listeners and like-minded people are going to be hanging out together.
Yeah, we're going to be having a good time. And don't worry, you ain't got to, I got to work out. I got to lose some weight.
Why are you on this? You're really on this. You don't have to get your beach body ready in time for this trip.
We chilling. We're relaxing.
So you're putting your laziness off on our listeners?
I'm just telling them they
might want to get ready.
Well, they can if they want to.
If you don't want to, make that your business.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm going to be sitting there. It doesn't matter.
Belly and all.
Belly and all. I'm not even going to shave my pubes. You might see some pubes coming out the side. Yes, all that.
Well, I hope that you're not going to be wearing anything revealing enough where we can see your pubes.
What are you talking about? I've got some dope bikini underwear,
you're
like
gonna,
men
you're
bikini.
Bust out your Speedos?
My Speedos and everything.
Yeah, no, he doesn't own those.
I'm going to show my print. I'm going to be chilling on the beach. So if you see me on the beach, like, can I get a tip? Can I get a picture?
No reason to be scared.
Why
he doesn't
not?
really own those.
But
I buy all of his swimwear.
You buy everything. But that's going to be April 30th to May 3rd. We want to see you guys there. Again, the KCCrewRetreat.com. I'm super excited about it.
I can't believe so many rooms have sold already.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys are about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think the way they do it is you don't have to pay the full thing right out. I mean, they break it down into you pay a little bit, maybe $100
there's
here,
installments,
$200
but I think,
here, $400 here.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that there's a $99 deposit special going on until the end of December.
I believe so.
I believe so. You guys can go to the website and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there's a $99 special going on right now.
So again, that is the KCCrewRetreat.com. So I can't wait to see you guys.
Yes, neither can I.
Now also, something that kind of hurt my heart but didn't hurt my heart.
Okay.
Like, you ever been heartbroken but you love, I guess you're still in love though?
I have no idea what you're talking about, homie.
All right. So I'm not going to lie. I was heartbroken this week.
Why?
You ever want something so bad? And I won't even say I wanted it so bad, but I wanted to see it happen. And you were excited about it. And you were hoping for it. And then it didn't happen. But you were kind of happy because the person was still happy.
I don't know what you're talking about. So can you cut the suspense?
All right. So just imagine this. Imagine you left me, right? Now let's not imagine that.
Yeah,
All right,
what's going on?
But let's do that. Imagine you left me, right?
Okay.
I would be heartbroken, right? But then let's say you married a trillionaire and he treated you right.
Mm-hmm.
I would be heartbroken, but I would be happy for you.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't
That's
be with you.
Dirty lie.
Yeah, that's a dirty ass
No,
lie.
you wouldn't.
I hope that nigga fucking becomes broke next week. But well, let me stop joking around. Our daughter, Madison Casey,
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
the little smart, bright, I can't call her a woman because she's 18, little smart teenager, young woman
Young woman.
that is a daddy's little girl
Mm-hmm.
that I love with all my might and heart. You know she doesn't kiss me on the lips anymore, little heifer?
She doesn't?
No,
Really?
no, she kissed me on my cheek. It just changed like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Maybe it's just a moment in time. Maybe she'll resort back to
I didn't say
kissing you on
anything.
the
I didn't
lips.
say anything, but I just noticed. I'm like, she used to kiss me on the lips, give me a big hug. Now she give me a big hug and a little kiss on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
No heifer. But anyway, she got accepted. But what the fuck is that?
That was like my excitement squeal.
She got accepted into NYU.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes.
super duper happy for her.
Yes. It was her first choice.
I'm proud of her.
That's where she wanted to be.
That's where she wanted to
After
be.
we saw a dozen schools on her college trip, and in the months thereafter, she decided that she wanted to be at NYU.
Yes.
She applied early decision,
Mhm.
and she just got her acceptance email 2 days ago. It's not like when we got accepted to college where you had to wait for the manila envelope
Right.
or, the little regular envelope that typically meant a rejection letter. When it
Right,
was an
right, right.
acceptance, it was like the big yellowish brown manila envelope. It's not like
Exactly.
those days. She got an acceptance email
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago. So we've been celebrating ever since.
I'm so happy and I'm so sad. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm so sad because we went on this whole college tour. We drove from New York
Hold
to
on, can I just say something? All of that just for her to end up in New York. We could have drove 45 minutes
I know.
to
I
NYU
know.
and ended it
I
there.
know.
We spent a week traveling the country,
I know.
going to different colleges. Go
But
ahead.
Let me tell you why I'm hating. All right. Because I took her from New York to Miami. We did, right? All up the road. You name it, from Georgetown to Howard to Hampton to Spelman to University of Miami.
To Emory.
All those.
Yes.
Georgetown, all those. I didn't take her to NYU.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I ain't taking her there. Fuck that. She kept
Was there a little subliminal hate going on there?
Yes, a lot. Because I was like, I know Madison is such a homebody, right?
Right,
She
right.
loves being home. She loves being around us. She loves being around her siblings.
For instance, she said, Mom, all of my friends can't wait to go away to college. Like they're counting down the days.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, the whole while I'm sitting there thinking like, gosh, can I get 5 more years with my parents before I have to leave? It kind of warmed my heart. So yeah, she really wanted to stay home. And we've had so many conversations trying to push her out the door in a sense. Just like Rashawn said, it's bittersweet. Not that we want her to go, but we wanted her to have a similar college experience to what we had. Because that's really something special. When you go away to school and the parties and when you finally get your first apartment and your friends coming over and hanging out and all the in-between classes and after classes and the weekends and everything that's associated with college life, we experienced times 10.
That's right.
And we wanted that for her. We didn't
Right.
really just, of course, education is paramount, but we also wanted her to have that social experience, that fun, that quintessential college fun.
Right. Well, not only that, I'm kind of scared of the city. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that is, I wanted her to go away because I wanted her to experience, especially I thought Hampton was a great choice for her. Hampton is a closed campus. I know where she is.
Right.
It's security. It's gated. Everything is on that campus.
And it's beautiful. It's on the water.
Very beautiful. No disrespect to Howard. Shout out to all the other HU alumni. But it's open.
It's an open campus.
It's an open campus.
Right.
I like the closed campus. Even University of Miami, I like the closed campus.
It
Spelman,
feels safer.
I like the closed campus. It feels way safer.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to show her NYU. And I didn't want to show her NYU because I knew she would like it.
Yes.
So I tried to stay away from NYU for the longest until she
Right.
got to the point where she damn near called my assistant at the time and was like, can you please book a
tour.
a tour to NYU and make sure my dad is off? So when she went to NYU, she absolutely positively loved
we finally buckled down and took her. It was the last school that she saw.
So she loved it. So when she sent out, her applications, and I was like, well, maybe she won't get accepted. And the reason I said that is because they only accept.
Look at you putting bad juju on her.
I didn't put bad juju. This was to myself. So NYU, I believe, only takes between 12 and 15% of the applicants.
It's actually between 16 and 19% acceptance.
It's 12 to 15. 16 and 19 was 2017. I looked it up. For 2019, it's between 12 and 15.
Are you sure?
Absolutely, because I was like, well, she got a good chance she won't make it.
I mean, she has a 4.0 and did amazing on her SATs.
Still.
What would you think? Why would you think that she wouldn't get in?
I don't know.
I was pretty confident.
I was, yes. But there's a lot of kids out there that maybe have higher. I don't know. I was just praying. I was like, maybe she won't.
Mm-hmm.
So she came home and was like, Dad, I have a surprise. I'm like, what? Are you pregnant? I was just joking. I didn't say that. But she was like, Dad, I have a surprise. I'm like, what's up? She's like, I got accepted. And I was like, yay! But then I was like, fuck.
And for all of you parents who have kids that will be applying to college, you can apply normally, or you can apply early decision or early action. Madison applied early decision, meaning that was her number one choice. And if she got in, if she was accepted, then she would forego her applications to all of the other colleges. So I believe that since she was accepted, she has to withdraw her applications for all of the other schools.
Oh, she already did that.
So she won't know if she ever got into the other schools because she already gave her allegiance to NYU.
Yeah, so she was already accepted. She called me Friday, a couple days ago, and was like, Dad, I need $1,500. I was like, what the hell do you need $1,500 for? She was like, I have to hold my spot at NYU. I was like, I ain't got it. She's like, Dad, stop playing. I have to do it now. I was like, I ain't got it. Ask your mother. She's like, Dad, I'm serious. I have to pay now. So I had to give her the credit card information, and she paid.
She just asked me if she can start ordering all of her NYU gear from the NYU bookstore.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about getting that for Christmas, like going over there.
Yeah, that's actually what I want to do.
And buy her some of that stuff.
I want to get her a bunch of NYU stuff. That'll make her so happy for Christmas.
You know what's funny, though? And maybe I shouldn't say this, but I don't care. I always get in trouble for saying stuff anyway. Her guidance counselor.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
I know.
Let's move on.
What?
Nothing.
She kind of hated.
She didn't hate.
She kind of hated.
No.
She was like, I don't know if NYU is the perfect fit for you. You might want to try other schools. As soon as she got accepted, I was like, Madison, what's your guidance counselor number? She was like, no, Dad. I was like, what's her name? I got to swing by the school. She was like, Dad, no. I said, no, I just want to have a conversation. No. I said, what's her email? No,
well, you
Dad.
know what it is? Here's the thing. Last year, I have a friend whose son is a year older than Madison. So clearly he was going to college a year before Madison. And I went to visit her, and she was distraught because her son had gotten, I think, a 1330 on his SATs, which is fantastic. And he had maybe just under a 4.0. He might have had like a 3.7 or something like that. And his primary 3 schools that he applied to, his first 3 choices, he was denied acceptance to. And they weren't Ivies. They were schools, I would say, that were probably like along the lines of NYU. And she was devastated. He was devastated. And she couldn't make heads or tails of it. She's like, with these SAT scores and his GPA, and he's an athlete. He's not a stellar athlete, but he's an athlete. He's involved in extracurricular activities and clubs and things like that. She's like, I don't understand why he didn't get accepted. So truth be told, even if you have everything that it takes, just like you said earlier, there can be a lot of kids that have everything that it takes, and you just may not make the cut. And it can just be luck of the draw. It can be your college essay. It can be whatever. So you never really know. So to get an acceptance letter is really something special for a kid.
Absolutely. And, my whole thing is, and what I told Madison when when a teacher told her that, guidance counselor told her that, I was like, never tell somebody you can't do anything.
Well, she didn't say that you can't.
Or it's
discourage them, maybe?
Discourage them. That's
or
what that's
scare
the word.
them.
Or scare them. And I told Madison, I said, look, I said, whatever you want to do in life is not going to be easy. I said, don't let anybody discourage you or take away your drive. I said, if you want to do something, I said, you do it. I said, your grades are great. At the time, she didn't have as many AP classes as was required or was they thought was needed.
No?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
What?
She has an abundance of AP classes.
Oh, anyway.
No, you're talking about when she was picking her classes for the next semester. We were wondering if she should do as many AP classes as she qualified for, because she qualified for just about all AP classes. If it was offered, she qualified for it.
Right. And
so our problem was we didn't know if we wanted her to take like all AP classes, because then it's just a big undertaking. You know,
I totally don't take
each AP class requires so much attention, so much time, so much studying.
Right. I totally don't take them.
And Rashawn told her not to take all of those AP classes, because then she's not going to have a social life. All of her days are going to be consumed studying and doing work for school.
Right. I told her don't take them AP classes.
I told her to take them.
I told her not to. I was like, fuck them. I was like,
Ew.
you got to enjoy you got to like, there's always those kids in school that study. They graduate, study.
Got it.
And they get nothing out of life. They make whatever they make a year, and then they have no other life. I didn't want that.
Right. No, I agree with that.
You know, I didn't want that. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't have straight A's as a high school student.
You didn't?
No, hell no.
You mean you didn't want to say that you did?
I did, and I definitely didn't. But I wanted her to have fun. I wanted her to enjoy her teen life and enjoy her
is important.
Her being a kid, because once you become a quote unquote adult, life sucks.
Life doesn't suck.
Yes, it is, because you have responsibilities. You got to go to work. Like,
don't you think "suck" is a strong word?
Yes, life
it can
sucks.
Suck, but it's more difficult.
The other day I was off. The Breakfast Club was off, and I was here. I'm usually not here in the morning. I was downstairs. The kids woke up. They was like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "What do you mean? What am I doing here?" Jackson was like, "What are you doing here?" Mm-hmm. I said, "What the fuck do you mean? What am I doing here? I live here, nigga." He was like, "You're never home." He was like, "You're not home at this time. You're early." Mm-hmm. I was like, "Oh, well, I had off today." He was like, "You lost your job?" I said, "What you mean?" I said, "I took a day off." Uh-huh. He looked at me like, "Okay." Mm-hmm. Then he walked off. He was like, "Oh, it's going to be a bad Christmas," and then walked off. But, you know, I just want her to enjoy life. Like, right. You know, you'll have time to work and bust your ass and work hard, but I want you to enjoy life. Like, really live it. Do things that you can really, really remember. I just know for myself, being a teen and going to college, I was so consumed with everything else that I really didn't enjoy the experience more.
Yeah, that's not true.
That is true.
Oh my gosh, I can't. People, I just can't let them lie to you. You enjoyed being in college.
No, I mean I did, but
you had a whole lot of fun.
No, not just fun.
I was concentrating on so many other things. I didn't really enjoy the experience. What are you talking about?
No,
it's not true.
It is true. Let me explain.
Here?
No, let me explain. When I say I didn't get to enjoy, I was so into trying to get out of college and not necessarily enjoying college. And when I say enjoy college, there's so many times I look back and be like, damn, I should have took that class. I should have paid attention during that history lesson. Mm-hmm. Like, I should have paid attention during this and during that. Like, I watch stuff on TV now and be like, damn, we talked about this in college, but I don't remember, because I was sleeping or I was fucking taking notes.
So you put that the wrong way then. What you mean is you didn't really take advantage of the academic opportunity that college provided you.
I didn't take advantage of college at all.
Like, you were just concentrating on getting the grade to get out instead of really absorbing what it offered.
Right.
You know, like, okay, let's say you were in Western Civ, right?
Mm-hmm.
As freshmen, we took Western Civ, right? I think that you're saying that you didn't really pay attention to, you know, the stories and the history and all the drama that took place in Western Civ. You didn't really enjoy it. You were just concentrating on getting the grade and getting the hell out.
But not only that, even the extra curricular activities like the clubs and the politic club and golfing.
Oh, I was about to be like, you were at the club.
No, not that club, you ass.
You were definitely at the club.
But like the politics club, like to really learn politics. Like I'm learning it now. Like
Right.
the last couple of years, I've been learning it.
And you look back and say, wow, I could have had a head start on all of this knowledge that the world has to offer.
Or even in college, like golfing and just different things that I could have done that were free.
That's what
that
you
was
mean by
included.
you didn't really take advantage of the whole college experience.
That's what I mean.
And really
Yes.
enjoy yourself.
Okay. I didn't.
I thought you were coming at a different angle. Got you now.
You know, just a lot of things. Like even the radio station. I did my own radio shit, but even the radio station at Hampton, I should have been there learning it there.
Mm-hmm.
I learned it on my own later on, but like all those things, I had the opportunity because it's free at school once you pay, and I didn't.
You were just concentrating on getting your credits and getting
Get the fuck out. That's all I was concentrating on, and DJing and making mixtapes and partying. That was it. And I should have been concentrating on. I could have did that too, but my education and just learning things. You know, there was been so much more I should have done that I didn't. But back to Maddie, I'm excited for her. I can't wait to see, what she does in the next couple of years. She's stuck at NYU because I paid the $1,500, so she's there. That little heifer is there.
Yes, and she got into the School of Real Estate.
Yeah, still business with real estate. Yes.
Yes.
So, and that's a very small school. There's not too many students that get accepted to that. So, I'm very, very happy for her. Very proud of her. And I'm ecstatic. And I didn't have to pay $100,000 like some of those other moms and dads. I didn't have to do that.
You didn't pay anybody off to get her in?
I didn't have to I didn't pay anybody off. I know Hampton, shout out to Hampton University. They were very excited to possibly have Madison. They loved her grades. They loved her.
Yes, and we loved Hampton.
Yeah, they were very excited. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of years. Maybe Logan will go. We'll see. But we got about 4 years before we decide that. So
3.
3 years. So congratulations again to my little baby girl, Madison. And I don't know what to do. It's like literally 7 blocks from where I work. So
is it?
Yes.
It's in the Village.
Yeah. Remember I walked there when we went on the tour?
You walked all the way there to meet us for the tour?
Remember we walked back?
No,
we took a cab back.
No.
Wait, no, we walked there.
Can you stop making things up?
I can remember. I walked there. The only reason we took a cab back is because it was raining. I walked there.
Oh, it's that close.
Yes, every day she's gonna be like, Dad, let's do lunch.
You're close to your job is close to Soho.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, congratulations again, Madison.
Yes.
Now,
so wait. We have another reason to celebrate.
What's that?
You cut your hair. Yes. Hold on. People in the rafters, chalk it up for Envy. He cut his hair. Oh my gosh, people, let me tell you, I have been suffering looking at this man for the past, how many weeks has it been?
I don't know.
That you were rocking that wannabe blowout nonsense that was going on the top of your head.
Curls.
Oh my gosh.
You're a hater.
Oh my gosh, people. If you guys have been bearing witness to my husband's looks lately, he has been growing out his curls.
You didn't like it?
So he had curls when we were younger and it was great and he loved it and I loved it. But as a grown, mature man, I just don't feel as though you should have curls.
You like my Bill Bellamy?
Yes, you definitely had the Bill Bellamy. Shout out to Bill Bellamy. We love you. But I just feel like you should have been rocking your nice Caesar. I'm not mad that you grew the Caesar out a little bit so that, your hair is nice and dark and it frames your face and all that good stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. But you took it a step too far. When it got to like half an inch and it started curling and then got to like 3/4 of an inch and it started curling. Oh my, I hated it. And it wasn't just me. Madison hated it. Our friend little Sean hated it. And every opportunity that we had, we would tell him, like, dude, like your hair.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for me.
It's horrible. Like, I hate it because he would put a hood on. He would take the hood off and then his hair was a mess. He just looked unkempt and just offensive to me. I'm looking at him in the bed like, I hate the way you look. So one day, Madison and I got on him for it. And he really got upset with us. Like, he got all in his feelings. As you guys would say, he got sensitive. And really, really, it got to a point where Madison and I were like, we're just going to shut up. because now it's getting to a point where we're hurting his feelings. So we haven't said anything. I would drop little cues here and there, you know, like little jokes and everything. He finally cut it off, and now he's looking all sexified, all distinguished, and that experiment is gone. So from my mouth to you guys' ears, he did not get hair plugs. And you know what? It's funny. I'm surprised that people thought that, because you're on air every single day and you're being filmed every day for Revolt and for YouTube. If you get hair plugs, it's like it's somewhat of a surgery. Like we know somebody that had it done, and they literally have to take hair from like the back of your head, like near your neck, near the nape of your neck, and they have to it's like they poke the follicle into your scalp,
right?
So that the hair sprouts from wherever they've essentially implanted it, right?
Right.
So a person that we know that had it done, like his head was all scabbed over for a long time. It was like bloody, like dry blood, scabbed over. You can't miss someone that's had hair plugs.
I think people are just hating. I mean, the fact that
I don't think they're hating. I think they were joking.
There's a lot of bald-headed men that were hating. Their hair can't grow. Charlemagne was one of them. Their hair can't grow, so they hate the fact that my hair can actually grow.
But I think that's the reason why you were letting it grow and grow and grow.
Yeah, because I was
to prove to people that you didn't have hair plugs, but it was to your own detriment.
I liked it. I didn't
you were
care.
looking crazy in the interim.
I liked it, you know. So I didn't care. I let it grow. I did cut it because of you.
Don't ever do it again.
I'm not going to say that, but I cut it because of you. The barber was like, nah, let it grow.
Nope.
Fuck that.
Nope.
And I was like, yeah, hates it. He was like, all right, if your wife hates
aged you. You came home the other day with your little Caesar poo, and I swear it took 10 years off of your life. Like you look 10 years younger than you did last week. Thank you, Jesus.
Boy, all right.
So 2 reasons to celebrate this week.
My goodness. And here's the third. 12 days of Christmas.
Okay.
12 days of Christmas. I know we said we weren't going to do it. We were just going to do...
Wait.
What?
Go ahead.
Why you say wait, and then go ahead? Like...
Wait, I just have to process
That's like red light, green light.
I had to process what is about to
It's
come.
like I have my period. Don't... Okay, come on. Like that's what that was.
What? I'm going to let you continue.
Okay. So, why are you looking at me like that?
No, just go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
Why are you looking like that?
Because your lead-in is kind of throwing me a little bit for a loop. So go ahead.
No, but like the other day, you had your period.
What are you talking about? What?
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about the period thing. Okay, anyway.
No.
Oh. What?
Go ahead.
Oh. What you act like I don't... Never mind. Now, why are you fucking looking at me like that?
No, because
you're weird.
Your lead-in was weird.
No, you said stop, go. I'm like, that's like when you had your period the other day. It was like stop, and then you're like, all right, go. That's what I'm saying.
Rashawn, I cannot stand you. Please continue.
Okay, then don't stop me. So as I was saying, 12 days of Christmas. I know we decided, we weren't going to do it this year. We were going to do 12 days of giving back. And every day we've been giving back to a different cause and different schools. And let me shout out to a lady by the name of Grace. What's the name of Grace's business, baby? Do you remember?
I believe it is Travel Elite Getaways. Double check that for me.
Travel Elite Getaways. That's
Did you
exactly
check it?
what it is.
Are you looking at it right now?
Yes, that's it.
Travel Elite Getaways.
Yes.
Hi, Grace.
Hey, Grace. So with Grace does something every year where she gets letters from kids, and what she does is she tries to get people to help her satisfy these letters for these kids. So I mean, it's so sad. So we picked up about 6 letters this year, and I'm gonna see if I could read some of them, because I mean it was so sad.
While you're looking it up, these children are they go to school. And they are some of the select children here they go, who are in a situation where they're not going to have a great Christmas. They don't have anyone to buy them gifts, and there are things that they need. Some of these kids were literally asking for water and socks. Right.
So, for instance, right, this young lady's name is, I can't even pronounce her name. ALMEL.
No. Why are you going to read her name? Don't read her name.
Just her name.
No, don't read her name.
Okay. Anyway, but the young girl, she needed shirts and pants and socks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she wanted for Christmas.
Right.
Which is crazy.
So what they did was they filled out a form that basically said their name, their age, their grade, their clothing size, what they wanted for Christmas and what they needed for Christmas.
She also says she likes to play with Barbie dolls, but that's what she said this year I need shirts and socks. And she wanted croissants and burritos.
Right. So they also could include snacks where, you know, we could provide snacks for them for not just for a day, but for an extended period of time so that they can enjoy it for, you know, past the Christmas season.
Right. Now, this other young boy, he wanted sneakers and clothes for Christmas. He also wanted a toy cat.
A toy cat.
It took me forever to try to find that damn toy cat. I think the cat that I found was kind of like a lamb. It looked like a lamb cat.
What?
I couldn't find
A lamb and a cat had a baby?
It looked like a lamb and a cat had a baby.
Who thought of that?
I don't know, but that's what it looked like. It didn't say bad, but it was like...
Did it say meow?
No, it was like more like... Rawr.
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
So I got him that. And he wanted nacho cheese Doritos. I got him that.
Mm-hmm.
This person wanted shoes. And now at first when I read this, it says he wanted 100. He said $101 in shoes. I was like, this little girl being a little greedy now.
Go ahead.
But then when I looked at it again, I was like $101. It was LOL doll.
Right. I figured that's what
You figured?
like typical you would think that they wanted 100.
It's not funny because when I got that, I was like, this child wants $101.
They wanted LOL dolls.
I was like, what the? Because it just says 101. I was
Which
like,
we're
what the?
very familiar with because our daughters are obsessed with them.
I was like, what the? I was like, this little child wants $101. I was like, she being a little greedy now.
You are so simple.
I swear
so
on everything.
simple.
I'm at the store, right? I'm like, $101. I'm like,
The store doesn't even have $101.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I had to pray. I was like, God, I know this little girl wants $101, but come on, God. I'm not, God. Like, God, come on. And then I was like, oh, you idiot, it's LOL dolls. It's not funny. But because I was there by
It's
myself.
funny a minute and 30 seconds later.
Yeah, it was. But that's what, you know, that's some of the things that we decided to do
Right.
and give back.
So we're able to provide gifts and everything that these children wanted for Christmas.
Yeah, that's some of the thing.
Yeah, so that was 5 or 6. So we still had another 6 or 7 kids that we had to do something similar for. So that's part of what we decided to do for 12 days of giving back. There's also an orphanage that we're affiliated with, and there are just some other people that we decided that we wanted to do something for this Christmas. So
Yeah, a lot of stuff. And also the Reeve Foundation. The Reeve Foundation, I actually just sent that out, a check out to that Friday. Now the Reeve Foundation, I don't know much about it, but I wanted to donate to it. And you'd be like, well, why? Why did you donate to it? The Reeve Foundation, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a young gentleman who went to Rutgers University. He played football for Rutgers University. He has dreads, a young African-American man, a brother, and he got paralyzed. So if you ever see him, he's always in his wheelchair. He's always doing the most and trying to really, really push his foundation to try to get as much information and research for paralyzed young individuals. So we donated to that foundation as well.
Right. So there were different things that we donated to and just different efforts that we made to make Christmas a little bit more enjoyable for some kids out there. So that's really what I wanted to do for Christmas this year. I did not want to do 12 Days of Christmas. Yes, it is our tradition, and it's something that we both enjoy. It's something that's really inherent to us and our family. And if you guys follow us, you know that we love tradition. We love doing traditional things and giving our kids those memories and experiencing those memories ourselves. But this year, it's just not something that I wanted to do. I really just wanted to put time and effort into 12 days of giving back.
Correct.
And we weren't going to post it or anything like that. So your lead-in is a little bit distracting to me.
Yeah,
That's why I was distracted.
So 12 Days of Christmas, I still wanted to do it. And the reason I wanted to do it is, for a lot of you that don't know, what I do for 12 Days of Christmas is throughout the year, I look at things that I think Gia would love, whether it doesn't matter what it is. And I pick it up throughout the year and I hide it. I hide it all over the house. And I have to start writing down.
Or outside of the house.
Or outside of the house. I have to start writing down what I hide. Because if anything happens to me, like you'll be looking in the ceiling, like, what the fuck was this bag? But anyway, and the reason 12 Days of Christmas started is I always believe happy wife, happy life. Even though I work a lot and I have nice things, I enjoy seeing my family happy. I enjoy seeing my daughter smiling, my son smiling, and of course my wife smiling. And I like to do things special and make them feel special. And especially because Daddy works so much throughout the years.
He refers to himself as Daddy around the house.
I do.
Yes.
And so I do it just to show my appreciation, my love, my thank you, my gratitude, just for all that you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a wife and you have a partner, you know, if you have somebody that lifts you up and tries to push you to that next limit and make sure that you're better as a person than you were the year before and continues to push you and is not a distraction. You know, we talk about your partner or your wife or your husband, and it's like throughout the day, all day long, you got to fight. You're fighting for everything. You're always on the move. You're always running. You're fighting to be better. You're fighting to get, you know, for the next workplace. You're fighting for that dollar. You're always out and about. When you get home, you shouldn't have to fight anymore. You should be able to unplug and just recharge. And if that person that you're with doesn't help you recharge, or is not with helping you to calm down and to motivate and to give you that support that you can go out the next day and I say fight, then you don't need to be with that person. And Madison, Logan, London, Jackson, Brooklyn, they all help with that. And not only that, you, my wife, you help with that so much. Like if you weren't there, there's no way I could be remotely, like even a little bit successful as I am now. Like you help to unplug and to recharge. You motivate me, you encourage me. And because of that, I always feel like I just want to see you smile. And sometimes that comes with a kiss. Sometimes that comes with this dick.
Oh, come on.
And sometimes
it all just went to hell. Thank you. Thank you.
And sometimes
it was beautiful. It was beautiful up until that point. It's awesome.
You didn't like the dick part? And sometimes it comes with just saying, I appreciate you and thank you. And that's what 12 Days of Christmas is to me. It's not about buying you a gift. It's about seeing that 5-year-old in you. Oh shit, we got to move the elves.
Oh, okay. Stop looking around.
Do you know what elves are?
Yeah, I put them somewhere.
Did you move them?
No, I didn't move them yet, but okay, guys, just sorry for his interruption. It is 5:00 in the morning on Saturday. We got up to do this podcast because we have a full day ahead of us. I don't know why you just thought about that, but we do the Elf on the Shelf for the kids. It's another one of our Christmas traditions. I'm sure that so many of you guys do the same.
You want to explain this and let me move the elves right fast? If them kids wake up and don't see them fucking elves
it's 5:00 in the morning. They're not getting up until 6:30. 6:30. We have until 6:30. Don't worry.
All right. But all right, the Elf on the Shelf is an elf that is supposed to watch over the kids and tell Santa if the kids are naughty or nice. So every night it's supposed to move. If them motherfuckers don't move, them elves don't move, my kids will have a coronary.
So every night we have to change their position. So we're really, really, really creative with where the elves end up. When the kids wake up, they have to go and find them. So the elf comes with a book. Every year we read the kids the book just about every single night. And it talks about what the tradition is. But yeah, the elves fly back to the North Pole every night and they report to Santa whether the kids have been naughty or nice. And that reflects in the presents that they receive come Christmas morning. So every night we move the elves. They have to be in a different position. So last night, Rashawn, listen, last night, Madison and I, we taped the elves. Well, no, we didn't tape them. Like we hung them. We got those little hooks that you can get from Target. Like you pull the tape and then the hook kind of dislodges from the wall.
Yeah.
So we got the little hook. So we hung each of the elves right over the television in Jackson's room because they all went to bed in Jackson's rooms last night. Not last night, the night before. So we hung them all up.
Did you take them from there?
They're gone. Stop.
Okay.
So we taped all of the elves' mouths shut with like little strips of duct tape, like little X's over their mouths.
You guys are sick.
Right. So as soon as they woke up, they would see the three elves being held hostage and hung up over the TV. So
Whose idea was that? That had to be Madison's idea.
it was me and Madison. Like,
You guys are sick.
every night we try to figure out something really creative and fun to do. Because, in years past, we just moved them around and put them in different areas and the kids would go looking for them. And yeah, so we wanted to be a little bit more creative. So they woke up, they saw the three elves. Ah, Mom! They come running into the room. The elves! And London was like, I wanted to get them down and save them. And I was like, no. Because if you guys follow the tradition, if you guys do it at home, you know that you are not allowed to touch the elves or else they will lose all of their magic and power. Okay? So I'm like, no, do not touch the elves. I'm like, don't worry. So I told them that what happened was, did Madison tell you at all?
No, you guys are sick individuals.
I told them
I'm about to call diapers on y'all.
I told them what happened
the fuck
was
is wrong with y'all?
the other toys are jealous that come Christmas morning, they will not be played with anymore because they're going to be replaced with new toys. And that the elves are instrumental in bringing new toys to the house. So the other toys wake up in the middle of the night and took the elves hostage and taped their mouths shut so they couldn't report to Santa. And then I told them how it was all fixed and the whole situation was remedied. And they sat there with their eyes open, just anxiously awaiting the rest of the story that I was telling them. And I told them that the elves were going to be okay because Santa was going to rescue them. So don't worry about it. And they were thrilled. So then
You guys are sick
London
fucks.
and Brooklyn went and they yelled at all the toys for being so mean to the elves. It was freaking amazing. Guys, in years past,
You are sick.
Oh, and what we've done with Madison and Logan in years past wasn't sick. We've taped elves to the toilet. We told Madison and Logan that the elves pooped candy. So we would dump peppermint, trolleys, Jolly Ranchers all in the toilet. Our septic tank is really messed up as a result of it, but we dumped it all in the toilet so that they believed that the elves pooped candy. Like we've done so many crazy things, but we're getting super, super creative with the babies this year. So with that being said, yes, we're going to move the elves as soon as we're done with the podcast. The babies aren't going to wake up in time. Don't worry. You didn't see them taped to the wall? Well, hung on the wall with their mouths taped
You
shut?
guys are sick fucks.
Could you imagine those innocent looking elves with their mouth, with X's over their mouth? And we hung them by their arms. So it's like their arms were like, above their heads. It was insane. It was hysterical.
You guys are sick fucks.
Listen to that, guys. I set my clock to go and move the elves. Okay, so let's go. Continue before you were distracted with the whole elf thing.
Yes, you are sick. So I just want
You're
to.
talking about how much you loved me. Continue.
I don't know how much I love you now, you sick fuck. Goodness gracious. But anyway, so I just wanted to say that I don't even know how you go from there, from tying up elves. But anyway, I just wanted to say that I love you and I appreciate you. And I love to see you as giddy as our kids are when they look for Christmas gifts and look for their elves. So today we're going to start 12 Days of Christmas. I know you weren't.
So wait a minute.
What?
See, that, you really?
Yes. So we're going to do 12 Days of Christmas.
Rashawn,
And-
we agreed. Which means that when we agreed, you had already been plotting. So that means that you lied. You said we weren't going to do it.
It's like when I come home from we come home from a tired night and we agree, let's just go to sleep. And then you start playing with me. And
Oh, I start playing with you. That's how it goes.
And then you
hold on. I start playing
I'm
with
like,
you.
babe, we agreed, we're tired, we're gonna go to sleep, and you start playing. And
I start playing with
I
you.
open up my legs, and then you just start going that like we agreed.
Oh, really? That's
just
what
to go to
happens?
sleep, but you broke that agreement.
That's what happens.
So now I'm breaking my agreement. So today, when you're least expected, 12 Days of Christmas, we're gonna start.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, it's not
you
like-
shouldn't have.
I know I'm a grown ass man. I can do what I want to do.
Oh, well, thank you.
And then
I appreciate you.
Later on tonight, my legs are open up, and
And
then
I can thank you.
you can thank me.
Okay. All right.
So I'm
okay.
excited about that. I love to see you, Giddy. Now, email of the week.
Okay.
You said you had one. You said something about a kid not making the team. No? Okay.
No.
I got one. I thought you mentioned one earlier.
No, I asked you if we were going to do that one.
I didn't even get it. That's what I was asking.
Oh, I saw it open on my page, like on in my DMs. Like you had been in my DMs, and I saw that it was open to that DM. So I thought that it was open because you wanted to do that email.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Hello, Gia and Envy. My name is Luz. Luz. L-U-Z. Whatever your name is. And I first and foremost wanted to congratulate you on such an amazing podcast. I love listening to both your opinions as I can understand and relate to both, especially DJ Envy. He is so smart, so right, and so handsome.
Insert your own personal thoughts.
I definitely
retract it.
She definitely didn't say that, but I just added that part. Same reason why I'm asking for some advice from you too. I am 32 years old, divorced with no kids. I have been dating and found a very interesting man, great qualities and what I would call husband material. He is educated, has 3 college degrees, Navy vet, a gentleman. He is always texting. We go places. He has even offered to pay a bill or two, which I refuse since I don't roll like that.
Okay.
We have been seeing each other for about a month. We have not been sexual in any way, and he hasn't tried. But we did share what we are both looking for sexually, and we have kissed. He says he's looking for a steady, long-term relationship. Now, here's the thing.
Because I like it so far.
He does ecstasy regularly.
What?
I would say every day.
What?
I smoke weed here and there. I have done ecstasy, and I'm open to trying it again. But I don't know if I can accept someone doing ecstasy on the regular. Do I even stick around, or should I just walk away before feelings get involved? I have also not asked if there is something he plans on doing forever. Please help. Sincerely, L-U-Z. Luz, whatever your name is. What do you think?
Well, so far he seems like a good individual.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that he hasn't pressed her for sex. They've been involved for a month, right?
Correct.
So in today's day and time,
Mm-hmm.
to be with somebody for a month or seeing them regularly for a month without it reaching a sexual level is kind of unheard of.
Okay.
So I love the fact that maybe they're just enjoying each other's company, each other's conversation, and each other's energy. So that's a good sign. It is a little curious, though, I do have to say, because it is a little uncanny, which doesn't seem to go hand in hand with the fact that it seems as though he's addicted to ecstasy. Ecstasy is a drug that pretty much, I would say, enhances the sexual experience.
It's called the love pill, correct?
So the fact that he does that but seems like he's on chill when it comes to sex is interesting. So with that being said, we'll put that to the side. With all of his qualities and everything that she mentioned that she likes about him, I personally don't think that it's a good idea to get involved with anyone who's addicted to anything.
Correct.
Addiction is not a good thing. Addiction shows a lack of control of a certain area of your life. Addiction can be something that we inherit. I'm not saying that it is a bad thing, but it's something that produces negative results most of the time. I can't really think of an example of a case of addiction where it's not problematic.
Right.
So with that being said, she's only a month in. She just met someone that has great qualities, and as she said, she looks at as husband material. I wouldn't sign up for a problem. I wouldn't get into a situation where there's already a big fat red flag being waved in front of my face. Doing ecstasy every single day, that means that something is lacking within him. Maybe his libido, just maybe his overall psyche. Like there's something.
I don't think it has anything with libido because they're not having sex.
Well, you don't know if he's having sex with somebody else. You don't know what his situation was. They've only been involved for a month.
That is true.
But maybe he, and this is just like something I'm just throwing out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but if you sit there and try to come up with, well, why would he take ecstasy every day? You can come up with, I'm sure, a host of things. And one of the things I'm coming up with is, I don't know, maybe he has a low libido and he takes ecstasy to heighten his sexual desires or his sexual experiences or whatever. I'm not an advocate for taking drugs at all. I know weed is becoming legalized and all that great stuff. So great for all of you guys that smoke weed. Now it's kind of comparable to when we were younger, cigarettes. You know what I mean? But regarding illegal drugs, I don't think that is ecstasy illegal? It's illegal, no?
Oh, yeah, it's illegal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not for taking drugs. So the idea that someone is taking drugs and addicted to drugs, it's a problem. I wouldn't get involved with someone who does that because I don't want to sign up for any kind of dysfunction in my life. So
right, and I would agree. And I would say the thing with drugs, especially ecstasy, and the reason I like to see weed legalized is people smoke weed. I believe, don't quote me, but I believe weed is a lot safer than cigarettes because it doesn't have the addictive nicotine in it.
Right, but the way I look at weed is you're still smoking something.
Right, you're inhaling.
So you're inhaling a smoke into your lungs. So
which is bad.
That to me, that can't be good.
Right.
For people that need it for medical reasons.
And there's other ways to take in THC. There's sprays. There's edibles. There's different ways to get that same feeling.
I'm just talking about the smoke component of it. Right.
Correct. So for myself, the reason I like the fact that they're legalizing marijuana is because when people buy it, they know what they're buying. It's tested.
Right.
A lot of times with these drugs, you don't know what you're necessarily taking.
You get it how you get it.
Right. So if I'm a scumbag or a grime ball and I know how to make ecstasy, I can make ecstasy and fill it in with other things that's not the actual component that is in ecstasy.
Right.
And you don't know what you're taking. You're buying it. It's not like you can go at home and be like, I'm going to test this ecstasy to see if it's real ecstasy. You're kind of at
the mercy of whoever created it.
So you don't know what you're taking. Now, when you talk about ecstasy, they say a lot of times that ecstasy is supposed to be, quote unquote, the love pill. But they say a lot of times that's not true. They say with ecstasy, they said it makes you a lot of times hallucinate on things. It says a lot of people have a sad experience. They said ecstasy is emotionally damaging, and people that usually take it often suffer depression, confusion, severe anxiety, paranoia, psychotic behavior, and other psychological problems. That doesn't mean that everybody that takes it will necessarily have.
Is that on Ecstasy's wiki? What were you just reading?
No, I looked up ecstasy and just looked at what the effects are on ecstasy.
Okay.
And that's what a lot of people say. Now, those effects are not for everybody, but you could always have a bad trip. And a lot of times when you have a bad trip, you never go back.
You never go back?
Yeah, sometimes you never go back, or it takes you years to get back to who you are. I just want to say a quick little example. Had a friend who took bad weed. The friend was actually doing work at our house. You remember?
No, I don't.
This is when we lived in West Milford, and I almost shot him.
Oh, okay. Yes.
He was doing work at our house, helping us out, neighborhood friend, and took some bad weed. When he took the bad weed, it really fucked him up to the point where he was not himself. Now, this person was stronger than an ox.
Right.
So I couldn't, if I fought him, he would probably...
You would lose.
I would definitely lose.
Right.
And I just remember him at our house going crazy, talking to himself. He was out of his mind. He wasn't in his right mind.
Right.
To the point where I told you to stay in the room.
Right. I locked myself in a room.
Locked yourself in a room. And this is, at the time, we only had Madison.
Right.
And I had to drive him back from Jersey to New York.
Right.
And I just remember he was just doing odd and strange things, saying odd and strange things, just doing all kicking shit. And it was really, really...
It was bad.
Really, really weird.
Right.
And I remember I had to drive him back. This is before, there was no Uber at the time.
Right.
There was no taxi cab that I could get to come get him. So I had to drive him back home.
Right.
And I remember driving with a gun on my lap.
Right.
And the gun was covered. I don't remember if I had a t-shirt or a jacket over it. Because I was like, I might have to shoot him.
Right.
Because he is crazy and he is way stronger. He's stronger than a football player.
Right. No, he is.
And I was like, I will have to shoot him.
Right.
But I just remember that was the bad effects of marijuana. And he was fucked up for years. He just recently, I would say maybe
3 years ago.
No, longer than that. About 5 years ago, just got back to who he was as a person.
Mm-hmm.
But during that time, I seen the effects of bad drugs and bad manufactured, whatever it was weed at the time. And just be careful with that. And that's just to say, if you're dating somebody that's addicted, because he's addicted if he's taking it 3-4 times a day. If he's addicted to it, I necessarily wouldn't get myself in that predicament or that situation. I would definitely step back, because you don't want to deal with somebody that's addicted, because you never know what's going to happen next. And it's not like, and I'm not saying I don't judge anybody.
And he might be fully functioning.
He might
and
be fully
everything's
functioning,
fine.
but it's that one time that he goes too far, and you just don't want to put yourself in that predicament. Not to say that it will happen, but protect yourself so it doesn't happen.
And to me, it seems like it's an indication that there would be a problem with your sex life.
Right. So just be careful, and I would definitely back myself out for that. I don't think you need that stress. He could be a great guy. And
I'm not signing up for problems.
Right. And it's hard to have that conversation with somebody, because let me explain. Let's say I'm the guy, right? And you come to me, and let's say you're a beautiful woman. I like you. You're smart. We have a great time. And you tell me, hey, I don't like the fact that you're using ecstasy, right? I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm never going to use it again. Right? Because I want you in my life, but I might have an addiction. Unless there's signs of me using ecstasy, whether it's red eyes or hard dick or whatever it may be, you won't know.
Red eyes and a hard bleed.
You won't know.
I can't.
You won't know. So it's like, you have to really back yourself out of that. Unless he wants to get help in.
You're basically saying there's no real telling
Exactly.
if he's on it or not.
Exactly.
So he can tell you what he wants to tell you, but he may still be using it. And that's the thing. Like, then even if he tells you he's not, you got to sit there and wonder if he really still is. It's just a whole host of problems that you can see early on. So why even go down that road? There's a lot of men out there.
Right. So that's all I wanted to
pigeonhole
say.
yourself?
And I just wanted to say good luck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's time to get up out of here.
Only one email?
Yeah, only one email. We're at an hour. We got to go.
We could do one more email.
No, we cannot. We
Yes,
got to move the elves, and we got someplace to be.
We have a little bit of time.
And
we have a little bit of time.
No, we don't.
Yes, we
no,
do.
We don't. No, we don't.
Yes,
no, we don't.
yes,
We
yes,
have to
yes,
go.
yes,
It's
yes.
and we got to move these elves.
You don't run things around here, okay?
We have to go.
No,
baby, it's over now. We have to go.
It's okay if it's over an hour.
Look, it's 6:14.
No,
and we
our
have to go.
podcast is late this week,
No.
so let's make it up.
No,
Let's make it up.
We have to go.
No, I don't want to sit here and fight with you for 5 minutes.
I don't have any
That could be
emails.
Find an email.
I don't
Rashawn.
have any.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into my DMs and I'm just gonna pull up the last DM. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Let's do it next week.
He's mouthing to me, no, people.
Let's do another podcast this week. Let's do another podcast later on this week. Come on, we got to go.
We're going
'cause
to do 2 this week.
if you want.
The week before Christmas, we're going to do 2 podcasts. We could barely get out a podcast during a regular work week for you, let alone the week before Christmas where our heads are going to be spontaneously combusting. I don't think so. Just do another email. Stop it. Don't look at me and roll. He just rolled his eyes at me, people. Come on, just one more email.
Now we got to go.
No, just one more. Just one more. We were late
have
this week.
to go.
So we have to make up for it. Just one more.
All right. All right.
Do you have one?
Yeah, let me look. I'm a pushover or the love of my life is leaving. Which one you want to go?
Oh, the love of my life is leaving. Oh, but I'm a pushover is good too.
Pick one.
Which one do you like better? Did you read them both already?
Nope. Pick one.
Pushover, the love of my life is leaving.
Damn. Okay.
Why? Wait, did you like pushover?
Now, pushover was only a paragraph. The love of my life is 3 paragraphs. All right. The love of my life is leaving me to pursue her career. Dear Envy and Gear, help my girlfriend. The love of my life is leaving me to pursue a career in law enforcement. My girlfriend and I met about 3 years ago at a charity event, and our relationship has been nothing short of perfect. We have no infidelities in our relationship, and both go above and beyond for our relationship. I've loved her since I've laid my eyes on her. She's a wonderful woman. She is great with my son, though she is not his biological mom. She is a great mother figure in his life. Just recently, we returned from a vacationing in Paris. We were there the same time you guys were there, and I discovered she has been applying to jobs in Georgia. She is a college graduate with a bachelor's in criminal justice and has been out of school since 2017. She hates her current job, which is not in her field of study, and has been desperately trying to get hired here in Jersey in law enforcement. She recently took the law enforcement test here in Jersey. I also have a career here in law enforcement in Jersey. When we talked, she told me she can't wait for the test results to come back and that she is taking whatever job offer comes first. This resulted in us getting into a big argument about it and putting us in an awkward place in our relationship. While I'll always be supportive of her and I want her to pursue her dreams, should the move happen, I'm very unsure of what that means for our relationship. I can't go with her because I have to take care of my son because his biological mom is not financially stable and the courts will only give us 50-50 custody. We are both 26. We both want marriage and to start a family. Please help. I don't know what to do. I was planning on proposing next year. What do I do? I want her to be happy, but I do not want her to let her go. I fear we will never find another love like this. Please keep me anonymous. If you don't read on the pod, a reply email would be greatly appreciated.
How long have they been together? Just go back.
3 years.
They've been together. Just double check that. They've
3
been
years.
together 3
My
years?
girlfriend and I met about 3 years ago at a charity event.
Okay. All right. So what do you think?
I mean, it's weird and strange to me if things are going that great and she's in law enforcement. So I'm assuming that she wants to be a police officer, a correction officer, or maybe state police. I don't understand why she can't get a job in Jersey.
Well, apparently she's trying, but for whatever reason.
I don't think it was that hard to become a police officer, correction officer, or state police.
But you wouldn't really know, would you?
Well, I know a couple of friends who...
Have you applied?
I haven't.
Okay.
But I do know a couple of friends that have done it, and they've all gotten jobs, and they've all made it to the academy. They've all pursued in that particular...
And became police officers? I know corrections officers.
Yeah, a couple of...
I don't know if she's interested in going into corrections. Let's just assume that she wants to be a police officer of some sort.
All of them have made it into the thing about...
Not just the
except for
academy,
one.
I'm talking about a job.
Yeah, all of them got a job except for one.
And why didn't the one get a job?
He had...
I know. Never mind, I know.
He had, physical problems.
Issues. Why?
Yeah, physical
Okay,
issues.
all
But
right.
everybody else has, haven't had no problems. And I know in New Jersey, they pay more than they pay in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand what the problem
that would
be.
imply that she's finding it difficult to get a job here in New Jersey if she's willing to move to another state to receive less pay for the same job.
Right, but if she
Right?
really loves the individual...
Well, no. Well, I'm just talking about the job situation.
Correct.
You said you didn't understand why it was so hard for her to find a job here. We don't know, but clearly she's running into some difficulties.
Correct.
So go ahead.
If that's her man and she really loves him and she really sees herself spending the rest of her life with him, I mean, he has to be here. I mean, he doesn't have a choice. And he's, and it seems like if he had the opportunity, he would leave so she can
Right.
pursue her dream, but he can't. His son is here or his daughter's here.
50-50
And they have
custody.
50-50 custody, so he has to be here. So if she really wanted to be with him and she really thought that relationship was building to something like marriage, she would sacrifice a little, I think.
Or maybe you're saying you think she should.
Right,
But
I
you
do.
don't know her. You wouldn't say she would. Because
Right.
saying that she would implies that if she doesn't, that means she doesn't love him. And I wouldn't say that, obviously, because the way that he describes their love is like
Maybe he feels
something
that
on
way
another level.
and she doesn't.
No, I don't think so.
Because if I'm in love with you and I know that you are my wife and I know that you are my soulmate and, I have to stay here. It's not like, I just don't want to go. That's something different. But if I'm like, hey, I have a child, I have 50-50 custody, my child's mother lives here, she's not moving here, she's not financially stable, I have to help with my son and I can't leave, then I would expect you to be like, I understand, let's ride it out. Or if you had a son and, his father was here and y'all had 50-50 custody and you'd be like, babe, I do want to go to Atlanta, but his father, I feel, is very positive in his life. And for right now, I can't move. I would be like, all right, well, I would have to shift some things in my life to make sure
to accommodate.
if I wanted to be with you. If I didn't want to be with you, I'd be like, I'm going to Atlanta. We'll holler.
Okay, well, that's you.
Right.
Not everybody is the same. The way that he describes their love, he said, I don't know if we'll find another love like this in our lifetime if we part ways, essentially, is what he said. To me, that shows that there's a reciprocity of feelings.
Mm-hmm.
He feels the same way about her that she feels about him. Or maybe the same is an extreme word. I believe that their feelings are along the same lines.
Right.
Because you know when you know.
Right.
Like when someone loves you and you know how your feelings are about that individual. So I don't know, just the feeling that I get from the email, I feel like he's being fed. I feel like he's receiving love and it has him on a high so high that he doesn't want to lose it under any circumstances. Listen, people are different and people prioritize different things. I don't know what her motivation is. She may have been raised to be independent and doesn't feel okay staying here in New Jersey with no job prospects. Maybe she doesn't want to lean on him financially. Maybe her independence is more important to her than love. Maybe she just feels as though she needs to be self-actualized and she has to have the career of her choice to feel complete, to feel that she's made it, to feel like her education and all the efforts that she's put into this career choice has come to a peak. Maybe that's something that she just needs. I don't think it's fair to just throw out there and say, well, clearly she doesn't love him enough or doesn't love him the way that he loves her. She just may have different motivations. Different things may compel her. So, and maybe she also believes that she can participate in a successful long distance relationship. I personally don't like the idea of long distance relationships unless there's an end in sight. You know, if you're my boyfriend and you say, all right, Gia, I need to work in Florida for a year to accomplish X, Y, and Z. And then after that, we can be together. After that, we can live in the same state. See, in that situation, there's an end in sight. You know that after 365 days, 9 months, 2 years, whatever that end is, you know that the plan is to be together. But to live apart and participate in a long distance relationship indefinitely, for me, is a no-go. You know, because I would feel as though I was just sitting there twiddling thumbs, and it would haunt me if I love you enough and I truly want to be with you and see you as my life partner. It would haunt me not knowing when we were going to be together or when we can take those next steps towards marriage or towards moving in or towards starting a family or whatever my relationship goals are. That I personally couldn't do. Some people are built for it. Me personally, I'm just not. It seems as though he's not really built for it. As for her, for me, in life, a lot of things, I'm simple in some ways. When it comes to problem solving and trying to figure out which way to go, I put things on a mental scale. You guys have probably heard me say on this podcast, you know, like you put it on a scale and whichever way it tips. That's really how I make a lot of decisions. I throw something on each side and I see which side weighs heavier, meaning which side is more important to me, which side means more, which side has more of a drastic result, which side has more consequences. You know, I look at all of these things and that's usually how I make a decision. But everyone's not like that. In this situation, I would put my relationship and the love that I have for this person on one side, and I'd put the job and everything that comes along with that job on the other side, like the gratification I'd receive or the sense of accomplishment or the financial gain or whatever it is that, like I said earlier, compels her. And I'd see which way it tips. Again, for me personally, it's a lot easier to find a job than to find love. Love, love is so few and far between, you know. I don't know if she's listening, but as far as, you know, her boyfriend, you know, you look at your friends, especially females, you know, you look at your friends and you see how many are in relationships, number one, how many are in happy relationships. And you look at the ones that aren't in relationships and you look at the struggle that they're experiencing to find someone. And I've said many times in this podcast, I know so many people that are out there just settling for someone because they'd rather be with someone with some sense of companionship than with no one at all and coming home to an empty home night after night. It's not easy to find someone that will qualify as the love of your life, someone that you really enjoy spending time with, that respects you, that you can go out and do things with, that you can be yourself with, that supports you. Finding that person, it's so difficult. So if you found someone that fills those voids in your lives and really uplifts you and really is your rock and someone that you're happy to come home to every day, you cherish that. You hold on to it because you are lucky. You are blessed. That is a gem. finding a job may be difficult, but it's not nearly as hard as finding love. And the way that this emailer sounds is though he really respects her and he has a special kind of affection for her. So I'm sure that they're both lucky, but in this sense, I'm telling her like she's lucky. She's lucky to have someone like that. So I wouldn't leave it. I wouldn't let it get away. Whatever I'd be losing in my life by not having a job currently, I would just have to suck that up and take it on the chin, you know, and keep looking, you know, pray about it, and hopefully she finds something. But my personal opinion is I don't think that she should leave that man and go to Atlanta unless he's painting himself in this fabulous light and his email isn't truthful and she does have other reasons to leave him. But if it's all as it seems in the email, if I were her, I wouldn't leave.
Yeah, I agree. And I think what could happen is he feels one way and she doesn't feel that way. Like he could be extremely in love and he feels this way. She could be like, you just want, you know, just another dick. I mean, I'm not saying we just don't know, but I'm just saying I agree with you. I wouldn't leave something that you say is so perfect for a job.
And, you know, perfect doesn't even have to be the word. It just has to be good. It just has to be right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like no relationships are perfect.
Correct. But then again, she could have issues. Maybe she's been in a relationship with somebody and somebody's done her dirty and she gave up a job before.
Or maybe she's leaned on someone financially before and it made her feel inadequate.
That is
true too. You never know. People have different motivations for the things that they do. And you don't just look at the things that you do. You look at the things that influence them. You look at the things that motivate them. And I don't want to say you judge them from that, but you can draw your opinions from that. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's what he needs to look at. But what do you suggest that he do?
I say continue to have a conversation and try to do anything that you possibly do to not make her leave. That's what I say. You know, whatever it may be. If you got to get 2 jobs to make sure she's fine financially to take care of a lot of her stuff,
maybe
make sure
for the
she
time
does leave.
being.
Yep.
Maybe assure her that, you know, it won't be a financial strain. And even if it is, you guys will make it work.
Right.
That you'll support her during her job search.
Correct.
And, you know, you just have to make sure that nothing feels funny to her because maybe that's part of the problem. So you make her feel super, super comfortable, be very supportive and show her that everything will be okay. If she stays, you give her that security and maybe that might have a difference in her decision of what she plans on doing.
Absolutely. Well, good luck, man. And keep us informed. I know you said to email you on the side if we didn't read it. Well, we read it. So email us and let us know. And let us know how the holiday was because this might be a wicked Christmas for you. All right. And everybody else. And you know what you should do? Take on a trip. The KC Crew Retreat. Take her to Jamaica. The KCCrewRetreat.com. You should take her to Jamaica. Let us meet her. Let us have a conversation.
The KC Crew Retreat? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the KCCrewRetreat.com in Jamaica. Yeah, bring her. Yeah, we'd love to meet her. And if you want more information, this is our flyaway. We'd love to meet all
of you.
Yes, this is our flyaway. We're going to be doing a live podcast. We'd love to meet you guys. For more information, again, we're going to Jamaica April 30th to May 3rd. And I'm talking everything. We're going to be on the beach. We're going to be chilling. We're going to have our Speedos. We're just going to have a great time. And I can't wait to see you guys.
We're not going to have our Speedos. Stop perpetuating that.
You're not going to wear yours?
You want me to fight you right now?
What?
I don't own Speedos. Do I have a penis?
Well, I'm going to have my Speedos on. So we're going to be chilling in the beach. I thought women could wear Speedos without having
that's a thong.
Oh. All right. Anyway, let me get up out of here.
So you were planning on wearing a thong when you were thinking Speedos. You were thinking
I thought for women you
were gonna have a string up your butt and your package out. That's what you were planning.
No.
With the belly, the package, and the string up your butt. That's how you're gonna present yourself to our followers.
The only thing that sounds a little weird is the belly. I gotta just trim down a little bit.
I thought you said you weren't doing anything.
I'm not
to look presentable for this trip.
But if I got a string bikini on, a string thong.
If you have a string bikini on,
never mind. Let me get out of here. The KCCrewRetreat.com. We can't wait to see you guys.
Hold on, wait. This is my image. You with the old haircut and the mini blowout, the belly, the package, and a string bikini. Oh yeah.
And I still turn you on.
I don't know, but I love you, but I don't know if there's that much love in the world.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. I'm DJ Envy.
I'm Gia Casey.
You forgot your name?
For a second. You caught that?
Yes. We'll see you guys next week.
Toodles.